Coming in hot from Arizona, this is Trevor
and Troy Howard.
And you're on So Tell Us Time. You can have everything you want in your business. Sometimes you just need a little help.
Every business owner would love to charge more for their services, but sometimes you can sacrifice long-term loyalty for a short-term profit.
Creating the right rituals is key to your business having success.
Are you tired of competing with your competitors? Guess what? You don't have to compete if you create.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of So Tell Us Time. We're excited to be here with you. What a fun day. We're just days away from Christmas. This is exciting. In fact, I think we're exactly, just a day, one day past a week away from Christmas. So that's exciting. Everybody loves Christmas and Christmas time. My wife would say that's not true, Trevor. I used to be somewhat of a Grinch because I did not like putting up Christmas lights. I didn't want to get out and do all the decorations and things like that. She loves decorating the inside, and she said that my job is the outside. And so it looked kind of piddly for years until she decided to become the foreman of the outside and had me get started doing a good job. But I have changed that around. In fact, she actually got me on our fireplace mantle hangs all of the stockings for every member of my family, which there is 7 of us, and they are all named. And mine, they each have like a little image stitched on them, and mine is the face of the Grinch. But as the kids have gotten older and as time's gone on, I've gotten better at it. So I'm not the Grinch anymore, but it is an exciting time of year because it also means, family, friends, good food, and then the end of the year. We made it through another year. That's super exciting. So one thing that we're going to be talking about today, or the main thing that we're going to be talking about today, is a website superhero. And you might go, oh, Trevor, website? Why are we talking about a website? Because I'm going to tell you right now, your website is not doing for you what it should be doing for you. Your website should be your best employee. And this is only going to be part 1 of a 2-part series. Now, maybe we even extend it into 3, depending on when we do our next episode, just with how much we can get through. But we kind of teased in the last podcast about a presentation Troy just gave from main stage at an event, talking about making your website your best employee. And don't jump off, don't stop listening, because I promise you, you haven't heard it like this before. This is talking about actually having your website do actions and things for you. I don't want to give it away. I don't want to say what it all is all about, but it's about taking your website from 0 to hero. And it really can. It can make your life easier. It can do all sorts of things automatically for you. And so that's what we're going to be talking about today. So go ahead, Troy. Otherwise, I'm going to give it all away in this first part. So go.
All right. So the first thing we're going to talk about is I want you to really think about your website, and we're going to look at 2 different websites. Basically, you have what we call a brochure website, or you have a lead gen website. And you really need to think about your website and what do you have. So a brochure website is basically a website that just gives information about your business. That's pretty much all it does. It's just a pretty website. It sits there, it gives your information, and it isn't really generating leads. It's not like enticing people to actually take action. It's
like 90% of websites on the web.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, absolutely. The majority of websites are just brochures, and they're not really lead gen websites. There's a huge difference, between that and driving people to actually take action and generating leads off your website. Mm-hmm. So of course you don't want a brochure website. You want a lead gen website. We're going to talk about how you can create that lead gen website. So we always when we talk about websites, the first thing we talk about is the psychology of marketing, because there really is a psychology, right? You need to be able to understand the human mind and, what entices people to do things, what turns them off from certain things. And you got to build that psychology into the homepage of your website. Now, the hard part about that is everybody's different, right? So your website needs to be able to talk to all different types of people and entice them in different ways to take action on the website. So we're going to go through your homepage of a website in this episode. This episode is just going to focus on the homepage. We're going to go through the homepage and just talk about what your homepage should have on it and kind of how it should be laid out.
And that's how important this is. Like, we can do a whole episode just on the homepage, and that's what we're talking about. That this is talking about making your website your absolute best employee. And I'll put it like this. It's the difference of you handing someone a brochure about your business or you having a salesperson speaking with somebody about your business. Which one do you think closes more?
Yeah, that's perfect, Trevor. Exactly. All right. So with the psychology side of it, the first thing we're going to talk about is this 3-second rule. And basically, the 3-second rule is that when someone lands on your website, do they know who you are and what you do in less than 3 seconds? This is really, really important. And I'll give an example of this. We were just consulting with a company the other day. They have a really good looking website. You know, we popped the website up. The very first thing we saw on the website was a family standing together, like almost like a family photo, and they're in front of this house. And so we immediately asked them, okay, what is the first thing you think about when this pops up? What do you think about when you see this image? And they're like, and we're like, well, we can tell you what we don't think about. We don't think about a moving company. Mm-hmm. And they're like, but it's a family in front of a house, you know? And it's like, yes, it is, but there's no moving van. There's no movers walking behind the family. There's no like sold sign.
Boxes.
Boxes, nothing like that. It's a beautiful picture of a family, but in 3 seconds or less, it doesn't tell them exactly who you are. And now that big image is called your hero image. We're going to talk about that a little bit as well. But when you think about your website, picture your homepage, and in the first 3 seconds, do you know, or does someone else, not you, you know, obviously, but does someone else know instantly who you are and what it is that you do, right? So the big thing is that hero image first. That kind of tells them you got to make sure that you have the right image, not just a good looking image, but the right image. You know, the next thing you want to do is make sure that you have the right content sitting up there as well. You know, because you don't want to just have a big image that says nothing, right? You can have that image, but you want to have some content there as well. And you want to be very strategic with that content. The other thing you want to make sure is that you have your logo, your company name right up at the top of the website. You know, it should be highly visible. Usually we like to put it up in the top left corner so that they can see your logo, see your name, see the image, and then see your header content. So that's going to tell them in less than 3 seconds exactly who you are and what you do. Now, the next thing is calls to action. And we're going to talk about the different types of calls to action that you're going to have on your homepage. So the first one is your phone number, right? Because I want you to think about this. When someone visits your website, what do you want them to do, right? You want them to take action. And there's a couple of different ways, and I'll kind of overview it, and then we'll break it down a little bit. But the first thing you want them to do is, hey, get on the phone and call me. Let's talk, right? So that I can sell you my services. The next thing would be fill out a form, right? Or claim a special offer, or chat with me on my website, right? Or, and the last one would be maybe fill out a contact us form. But we're going to talk about each one of these. But think about it. That's kind of the order you want. You'd love to jump on the phone with someone, right? More than someone filling out the form on your website. But you got to make sure that you're prioritizing those. So again, call to action, you want to have that phone number right at the top of your website. Now, the other thing you want to make sure is that it doesn't scroll away. So think about your website. When you scroll down on your homepage, does that phone number disappear? Yeah. If it does, that is so annoying. I want you to think about that. You've put this content on your website. You're trying to convince this person to reach out to you. They get 2/3 of the way down the page and they go, yes, I want to talk to this company. And then the phone number's nowhere on the page.
Well,
right?
And what that means is also what people don't realize is their logo and their navigation to the different pages has also scrolled away, which is a huge no-no. Because no matter where they're at on the page, you want them to, A, always see your branding, and B, be able to click and get into any part of the website that they want to, you know, as well as pick up the phone and call. They may be going, yeah, I really like this company. And okay, let me check out their services. Wait, where did their navigation go? How do I get back to their services? I got to scroll all the way back to the top. Super annoying.
Exactly. Absolutely. So you got to make sure all that information stays on the website at all times, no matter whether they scrolled all the way down to the bottom or not. The next thing is, obviously, we want them to, fill out one of our call to action forms, right? That may be a request a quote or request a tour or get a free estimate, something that they will be willing to give up their information for in order to get something back from you. And so having that form, so if you think about it, you've got your contact information, you've got your logo, you've got your hero image, your header content, and right below that, boom, you've got that form. It's like, hey, you didn't call me, right? Because that was the first thing I showed you. So fill out this form. That's the next thing I want you to do. So you want to make sure that you're enticing them to fill out that form. Make sure it's something that they really want, not just something that everybody offers on their website. So figure out a way to entice them to pick it. Right? So if they don't fill out that form, what is the next thing we want to do? We want to entice them with some sort of special offer, right? So maybe we have a request a free quote right here, but then down a little bit farther, we have a get 10% off your first order, right? So it's a special offer. Now, why are we doing this? Because there are different people. And different people are attracted or enticed by different things. There are some people that will just fill out that form. Yep, I want to request a quote. There are other people that are really deal driven, right? And they're like, I want a deal. I got to get a deal. So you put a deal on there, like a special offer, and boom, they're going to fill that out right away because they want to lock in that deal. My sister is one of those people. She is driven by deals. And I mean, she'll do crazy stuff to get the right deal. And
like Black Friday back in the day when you would get up at 3 a.m. and stand in a line that wrapped around a building to get, $150 off of a refrigerator.
Yeah.
Now none of us would do that. We would never stand there in the freezing cold.
Exactly.
We all just order it online and expect it to be shipped to our house within 2 days.
But yeah, there's those people. So you want to entice those people to claim that special offer. Right? And you want to make sure that offer is something that doesn't disappear instantly, that they can get to at any time and claim that offer. And we'll talk about that in one of the later podcasts as well. The other thing you want to give them is you want to give them the ability to chat with you on your website. And this is a really big one because a lot of businesses are missing out on this. They're afraid that, I can't have chat on my website because I got to have somebody that's sitting there in front of a computer all day. And that's not how our businesses run. But I'll tell you right now, there are services out there where you can be able to chat with people on your website while you're on the move, right? And we're going to talk about that more in the next episode as well. But you want to really think about having web chat on the website. It's actually one of the most popular forms of communication right now online is web chat. So those are kind of your calls to action. Once you've got those calls to action set up right there at the top of the website, next, you're going to come in with social proof. So if they don't take any one of those calls to action, they haven't made their decision yet, you're going to hit them with social proof. And we all know that one of the best forms of social proof is your reviews, right? So displaying your Google reviews, your Facebook reviews, if you have Sotellus reviews and video reviews, you want those as the very next thing on your website. So that they go, okay, I can trust this company. Look at how many people love this business. And it's enticing them. Again, what are we trying to do? Get them to go back up and to take one of those calls to action. So we're giving them the proof that they need to make that decision. Yes. And then you're going to add more content down the page of the website, that's talking more about your business. And all that's good content, but it's not going to be conversion content. It's not going to be the best thing to convert people. What we've talked about, what we have at the top of this website, that's what's really going to hit them with the conversions. And then the final piece of the puzzle is down at the bottom of the website. You always want to make sure you have some sort of contact us form. And the reason why this is important is because, again, we're talking about psychology of some people that are going to want to jump on the phone, some people that are going to fill out a form, some people that are going to claim a special offer, some people that are going to do web chat because it's a little less intrusive, right? They can chat or they can multitask while they're chatting with you. And then you're going to have other people that are like, I'm not going to do any of those things. I just want to do something that has very little commitment. I'm going to fill out the contact us form and have them reach out to me. So you want to always have that contact us form as a last resort for those people that just don't want to make a bigger commitment right off the bat. So that's really important as well. Anything else, Trevor, that you think they need to add into the homepage?
One last thing that's actually going to probably be more spoken about in version or part 2 is your phone number. That phone number that's up there, is it able to be texted? Can someone text it? Because there is, and it is a smaller percentage. Now, if you're texting from that number, people will reply to that. But also, it is getting more popular, and people are getting more familiar with being able to text a business. So that's just one thing that I think we'll probably cover a little bit more in part 2. So I'll save that. But yes, and that's just something for you to think about. Can someone text the number? Most people, their front office, no. The answer is no. They can't do that. So you are missing a percentage of people who do now like to text versus making that phone call or whatever. So it's getting more popular, and that's just one to add in there. Anything else, Troy?
No, let's hit the homework.
Okay, homework this week, which is a crazy week. We get it. But look at your website. And maybe it's going to be, after the holidays, after you hear part 2 as well. We're giving you more information, but sometime soon, before the end of the year, if you can, you need to review your website's homepage, and you need to evaluate, is my homepage doing these things that Troy and Trevor just talked about today? Because these things right here, time and time again, we have seen them help close more deals, get more business, because you are more readily available to those potential customers. Not missing out on those, I would call this the basics and the low-hanging fruit. So right now, are you missing out on the low-hanging fruit? Probably, because as Troy and I have been going around, we're seeing this, that people don't even have what I would call to take your website from a brochure to a lead generation website. This is the basics, guys. So look at this, evaluate your page, and see or determine what needs to be changed. And maybe just pick one of these things and say, I'm going to make my website do this for right now. And then you can implement more as time goes on. So that's it. Get it done. Take one thing. I know you can do this. One thing before the end of the year for sure. We will be coming at you guys on the Tuesday, not the Tuesday after Christmas, because we figure that's going to be a little bit busy. People are going to be out of town. People are going to be traveling. We're going to take that time off. But the following Tuesday, which I believe lands us into January, right, Troy?
Yes.
Okay. So the Tuesday, is that the 2nd?
The 2nd. Yep. Tuesday the 2nd.
Tuesday the 2nd, we'll have another episode. So don't be alarmed. We will not have one next week, but we will have one the week after that. And we are just so grateful for all of your guys' support and love. Please share, like, comment, get it out there, spread the word. It's been growing like crazy. Our YouTube videos, it was fun to see them go from 20 or 30 views to hundreds of views to now thousands of views. We were up kind of around 2,000 and 3,000 views. Now we're getting more to that 5,000 and 6,000 views per video. That's exciting for us. We love that. This is really great. So we love you guys. We appreciate you. And we will check you guys out on the next episode of So Tell Us Time.